John Cusack has an impressive and varied body of work under his belt that spans more than 2 decades. He started out as a teen star and he's gone on to become one of the most admired and respected actors of his generation, garnering both critical acclaim and prestigious accolades for his work in both dramatic and comedic roles. He was born into a showbiz family in Chicago, and by the age of 12 he'd already done a few stage productions and was working as a voiceover artist.
Well, I like doing voiceovers because it's so easy for me. You know, you don't have to travel somewhere, you don't have to wait for someone to light. You just get to go into a studio and have some coffee, and then you just sort of do it for a couple hours, and then you go away, and then these guys make this amazing thing around it. So it's kind of a fun, easy thing to do as an actor, you know?
It was in the 80s that John really made a name for himself, earning a place in the brat pack of teen stars with names like Emilio Estevez, Molly Ringwald, Demi Moore, Charlie Sheen and Diane Lane. He made his feature film debut in 1983 in the romantic comedy Class and never looked back, scoring himself a lead role in the movie renowned for its boombox serenade scene, Say Anything. Cusack has made his mark by playing affable but slightly neurotic characters, but he's never been limited to any one genre, thanks to his diverse acting ability.
It's really important that Mike Enslin is unbelievably watchable. And I think one of the primary criteria of being a movie star is that you're watchable. But at the same time, Mike has to have a lot of layers, has to be a really good actor to calibrate himself that carefully. And John's that guy who can play humor, sarcasm, black humor, funny, pathos, sadness, all the things. So he's like this great acting tool for the director to go, okay, how about this?
On screen and off, Cusack can be quirky. Even as the US Marshal in the action flick Con Air, he had an offbeat edge. And while some action stars may rave about the explosions, stunts or effects, for Cusack, it's all about the footwear.
I wear sandals in it. So I'm the first post-Heston, non-biblical man in an action film. I mean, sure, there have been biblical men in sandals in an action film, but non-biblical post-Heston, it's me and that's it. I'm number one with a bullet.
His quirky, offbeat sense of humour and comic style has seen John attracted to projects and roles that mirror his sensibility. And it doesn't get much more obscure than playing a frustrated puppeteer who stumbles across a portal into the brain of John Malkovich.
I can definitely relate to that and feeling like, you know, you can't quite tell the difference between, you know, your illusion and reality.
John Cusack was unrecognisable in being John Malkovich. He completely transformed himself into a long-haired, bearded and bespectacled performer. In fact, the transformation was so impressive, it won him a Best Actor nomination at the Independent Spirit Awards. And in 2001, he put another feather in his cap when he was nominated for a Golden Globe after his performance in High Fidelity.
He is the kind of actor who also makes himself interesting all the time. He have an incredible ability to change his persona and almost his looks without any makeup tricks or anything. And that was very important in this case.
Not only did Cusack star in High Fidelity, but he also co-produced and co-wrote the script. An actor, writer and producer, he likes to get involved and prefers to work with those closest to him. He co-wrote Grosse Pointe Blank with a few friends he'd known since childhood, and he often works with his sister, Joan Cusack, as well as lifelong pal, Jeremy Piven.
And Johnny and I have been friends forever, so if we can't play best friends, then I need to go into roofing, literally, or start making sandwiches for the crew, because, I mean, that's kind of what we are, and so we should be able to play that. Basically pimping out our own friendship.
John Cusack has proven himself playing a best friend and a boyfriend, starring alongside some of the world's most beautiful women and leading ladies of romantic comedy, like Julia Roberts, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Kate Beckinsale and Diane Lane.
It all happened very quickly for me, and I was very flattered that they'd asked, and really liked Gary and Diane, and I was a huge fan of Christopher Plummer's and Stockard Channing's, and so Elizabeth Perkins, I thought, what a great cast. And usually I'm kind of the guy who has to go chase the girl, in these kinds of movies. And this one was kind of reversed, you know, it was Diane's story and she had to kind of go seek me out. So it was kind of a nice reversal.
He's a writer of comedies and certainly has his own massive, you know, history that he brings to this in terms of his ability for comedy and his confidence in comedy. And just the fact that he would partner up with me and offer himself to this film, I'm so grateful to him because, you know, it's just such a score to be able to work with him.
I think that's the funny thing is that sometimes you can get on really well with somebody and almost that's used up in your own relationship with them. And on screen it's not that interesting. So it's one of those things that other people kind of have to tell you, oh, it's working really well, which fortunately after, you know, the first even day, everybody was really excited about the chemistry between us on this, which was lovely, which was nice because I got on with him really well.
He's an actor admired by his peers, and for Kate, it was that Cusack quirkiness that brought them together.
I'm sure there is hours of really odd footage because both he and I have fairly warped senses of humour, so whatever it was we were batting back and forth, but it was pretty strange.
We arrived at John Cusack and said there's really only one person that could play this that is both interesting and sexy but slightly withholding and hip, and it's him.
John Cusack's range and engaging on-screen presence has seen him break out of teen comedies and go on to produce a body of work that spans most genres. He is, like many of his characters, an unconventional hero. Permanently cautious of the media for fear of becoming tabloid fare, he's flown mainly under the radar, but he continues to keep audiences guessing. Stay tuned to Star Picks for all the movies you know and the actors you love, broadcast in glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For more of the best in entertainment news, check out your Movie Network channels. It's altogether better, on screen and at mnc.tv.